Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Estevan here with Jared as always.
And welcome to HeatPressNation Live. It's always a pleasure being here with you guys, getting to show you guys some really fun stuff, things that you could use with your heat presses, with your vinyl cutters. And so we're very happy to be here for another week. As you know, as you've probably seen from the promotions, this is family reunion. So we're gonna take some time today to show you how to make some cool, customized family themed t-shirts. And while doing that, we're going to show you how to layer your heat transfer vinyl. So we got a great show for you guys today. We're super excited.
That's right. There's nothing like family.
Right.
Before we get started, I want to let you know quickly about our YouTube channel. It's going to be youtube.com/HeatPressNation. If you'd like to take a look at any of our past broadcasts, or maybe there's a product tutorial or spotlight instructions you're looking for, highly recommend giving us a subscribe. Maybe throw some thumbs up to your boys.
Yep.
We got a great team really working hard to have a lot of content weekly. So definitely want to check that out. That's youtube.com/HeatPressNation.
Yeah, and like you said, there's lots of great tutorials on there, so it's a great place for support. But also, if you're looking for support, especially if you're a new user, you're new to this whole heat press, vinyl cutting, maybe even sublimation thing, be sure to check us out on Facebook. We do have a group there called HeatPressNation Creators, and it's really awesome because you have tons of peer support. So like pros, humbly, pros like me, like Estevan, and other members of our great team here, we moderate the group. But there's lots, like I said, there's lots of peer support there. So you have everybody from fellow intermediates, maybe beginners, novices, and even some industry vets in there who I see chiming in from time to time with their, it's cool. You get to kind of pull from their vast well of knowledge.
And
so
there's a vast well of knowledge in general out there. I mean, the community is so strong. I mean, Jared's super on top of getting those questions answered for you. But many times I'll see when someone will maybe post something asking for time or temperature or a print question. In many instances, usually other community members are jumping in there. So I mean, if you're looking maybe for an outside opinion, second thoughts, or seeing what's working for other people, or maybe if you just want to take a look at some awesome work, I mean, they're super creative in the group.
Yeah, so there's tons of inspiration. I know I see some of their designs and I'm like, whoa, like what is it? That's pretty crazy, So it's super exciting just to see everything that comes in through the group. So it's something you don't want to miss out on. So if you're on Facebook, if you're one of the, 2 or 3 billion people who are on Facebook, make sure you join us, HeatPressNation Creators. You want to look that up. And of course, we have our hashtag, which is right there, almost, kind of, maybe. Let's see. Not Mjolnir. We're not talking about the Thor's tack hammer, but it'll pop up in a second. But anyways, HeatPressHPN Creators is our hashtag, which can be used
anywhere on any social media. Use it on your Instagram, your Pinterest, your Twitter, your Facebook. We want to see what you're doing out there. So please tag us. We'd love to see your posts. And also you can search the hashtag as well. See awesome stuff people are working out there with their transfer materials, sublimation, all kinds of awesome stuff. Once again, that hashtag HPN Creators. Use it on all your social media. But we're gonna have some fun today, right? Are we doing a contest this week?
Yes. Oh, like we do every week, guys. If this is your first time tuning in, we like to have fun here on the set, but we also like to give stuff away. So every week we do have a giveaway. So make sure that you enter. And how do they enter, Estevan?
It's super easy, guys. If you're watching this video right now, give it a like. You like it. Give us a like. Tag 3 of your friends. It's that easy. You will be automatically entered. We'll be announcing the prize in just a moment, later on in the broadcast. But yes, like the video, tag 3 friends, and it's that simple. And entries from last week are closed, though.
Right. So if you liked last week's video and you tagged 3 friends in the comments of last week's video, your name is entered into our little pool of entries that we pulled from this week. So now if you like this video that you're watching right now and you tag 3 friends in the comments below, you'll be entered to win the prize that's drawn next week. So we're really excited about that, guys. Make sure you stay tuned. We got some cool live demonstrations coming up. So if you have any questions at all, get in the comments. I see we already have some comments in there, some shout outs. So just comment everything. We do our very best to get to the comments live on the air. Now, for whatever reason, we're not able to get to your question live on the air. Me and Esteban, we always hop in the comments afterwards to make sure that every question is addressed properly. So yeah, if you have any questions, we're gonna, like you see some stuff up here. We're doing live demos. So if you have any questions along the way, we only have the iPad right here, so we'll check back in on it from time to time, try to get to as many questions as we can live here on the broadcast.
Yes, that's right. So make sure you guys get active. Get those entries in. You can start entering right now for the contest. As you can see, we got some awesome equipment laid out here. Before us is going to be our vinyl system specialist, 14-inch cutter, plotter, stepper motor model. Super awesome. We're going to be actually doing a live demonstration with this in just a moment. And this here, what are we going to be using this one here for, Jared?
That is going to be for pulling pizzas out of the oven. Just kidding. No, this is our T-square. What's funny is you hear us talk about the T-square a lot live, but we're kind of, not, I don't want to say we're in a hurry, but we're kind of eyeballing things. We're just showing the vinyl process, but we do get a lot of questions like, hey, the T-square, how do I use a T-square? So today we have our trusty T-square here on live with us, and we're going to show you how to use it.
That's right, and then over to our stage left, you got the Signature Series 16 by 20 slide-out drawer heat press.
Added sound effects to it.
I saw that. But the hydraulic does like a little also, right? And the open-closing mechanism. Super awesome machine. Great for advanced small business level production. Available at HeatPressNation.com. This is going to be our weapon of choice today for our transfers.
Yes.
Like we said, today's going to be a family reunion. There's nothing like family. So what are we starting with today, Jared?
So today we're actually have a live demonstration for you. So we've been getting, and I'm sure you can attest this, we've been getting lots of questions about our vinyl systems, line of cutters, about SignMaster, which is the included software that it comes with, and how easy does it cut, how does it work. So we're going to show you live on the air how this works. So we have our computer here, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to chime in the comment section.
That's right.
So we're going to go ahead and go here to our screen, and you can see, there we go. So the theme this week is family reunions. So you can make lots of cool t-shirts, custom t-shirts for family. So what's really popular is making them jersey style. So you can see here, and actually I'm going to rotate this. Here we go. Right here, you can see how easy it is to just boom. So here you can see we have for the Williams family, which is kind of an imaginary family. But anyways, all we did was we used the type tool right here, then we curved our text. Now, if you want a tutorial on how to actually curve text and make everything, be sure to stay tuned. We have lots of great SignMaster tutorials in the pipeline, so you don't want to miss out on that. But today we're just going to show you how quick and easy it is to cut. Just real quick, one thing I want to mention is that, like, if you want to, you could really type anything here. But what's cool is that all your fonts that you have in your computer, so if you have any font saved in your computer, they're automatically loaded into SignMaster, which I think is super cool. You can see here we have a billion, well, not a billion, but let's say if you wanted to cut something in Old English, basically any font you have now, and I wish I would have spelled something intelligent instead of just mashing the keyboard, but just want to show you guys an example, and I'm just going to delete that if that's okay. There we go. So it's that easy. It's that simple. You guys, SignMaster, I could literally spend an entire 60-minute broadcast just kind of walking you guys through SignMaster. It's a really great, really awesome program. Now, this is SignMaster Basic. There is an upgrade available to SignMaster Pro. SignMaster Pro will include the option to vectorize your images.
In the software.
In the software.
That's
so
right.
It has vectorization, lots more text tools, lots of just different clip art is included. Real quick here.
Contour cutting feature on applicable models, right?
Contour cutting is amazing. So we have, so it comes like with clip art that's free to use. I mean, I don't know if you're going to use all of this, but anyways, guys, there's so much cool things going on with SignMaster. We're real big fans, but today, because we're a little, I don't want to say pressed for time, but we got stuff to do. So we're just gonna, actually, no, I'm not gonna rotate this. So one of the cool things about SignMaster is that you can do lots of stuff when you send it to cut. Now, I don't know if you're like me, you always, forget to mirror your image before sending for heat.
It happens.
Right, well in SignMaster, you can see right here, and I don't know if you can see my mouse, but I'm just like swirling around it. Mirror. You can turn it on, you can turn it off, and it'll automatically mirror. So my default in SignMaster, I have this box checked. So anytime you check a box, it'll save that as your default for the next turn, or your next job, I'm sorry. You can click it to rotate. So if it's not fitting your vinyl there, you could just, rotate it, it'll turn it on its side or not. I think I like it like this to make best use of my vinyl. You can add a weed box. So if you saw our silhouette tutorial, I believe it was last week or 2 weeks ago, you saw that we added weed boxes to all of our stuff manually. Well, the cool thing about SignMaster is you just click auto weed box and there you go. You have a weed box. I'm going to toggle that on and off. You have a weed box. There, boom, 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 boom.
Super helpful.
Super, super helpful. You can, if you have different colors in your graphic, of course, you can cut by color. Lots of great features in SignMaster. But again, today we're just going to kind of just run through it really quick so you can see how easy it really is to cut in SignMaster. So let's say if I had my defaults already loaded, my image was already mirrored, I already had it rotated. All you're going to do is you're going to click Cut Now. It's going to ask you to proceed with cutting. Just to double check.
Proceed with caution.
And I'm going to, actually, Stefan, I'll give you the honors. You click the yes button.
Oh, Jesus.
There we go.
There we go.
And there you have it. So we have the vinyl system specials right now. We loaded in some gold glitter vinyl, and it's having itself a little time there, cutting away.
There we go. I want to thank everyone already who's taking the time to get those entries in. If you haven't already, you can still get entered into the drawing. Just gotta like the video, tag 3 of your best buds. Some of you won't mind, helping you win possibly some awesome prizes, which we'll be announcing in just a moment. As Jared mentioned, you can see our specialist here doing its thing, going back and forth, getting that design cut for us.
And we're done.
That was fast.
That was really fast. So one thing I will say about the specialist, it is a stepper motor, which typically, like if you're talking in general, you have stepper motors and you have servo motors. Now, stepper motors are typically going to be slower and louder. This one's, it's not the quietest thing, but for being a stepper, it's pretty fast. I
mean, you saw it right there as it was cut right before your very eyes. We got that full back print there. It's going to Jersey style, as Jared said. Yeah. So, yeah, definitely a very capable machine here.
So now we're going to walk you through the process. We're actually going to weed this here. So while I'm weeding this, Esteban, if there's any questions or shout-outs.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you don't mind, good sir. Esteban is a good sir. I'll say that for sure.
We got a hey, how's it going from Eric J. Irvin.
Oh.
Thanks for tuning in. There's Nora Gonzalez already getting those entries in. She sees possibly an Art Nieves family reunion in the horizon.
Oh, nice, nice.
Let's see here. We got some entries already coming in. Carla Mader, Marion Rathbone. Thank you guys so much for getting involved. Tony Liznak popping in saying hello from New York. They got 14 inches of snow today.
Whoa.
That's a lot of snow.
Hey, praying for you guys.
It is drizzling.
That's rough.
It is drizzling here.
I know. I thought we had it bad. Like I was all ready to complain about all the bad California drivers. Oh, I think we got like, what, 3/4 inches of snow, of rain, barely?
Maybe this year.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got Lee Volick. Lee Volick's asking, do we all get HPN family reunion T-shirts for being here?
I wish we could.
I wish we could to
In
everybody.
a perfect world, yes.
But we do have an awesome prize for those of you who are able to enter. So, I mean, we can definitely try and take care of you. It's super easy. Like the video, tag 3 friends. That's simple. Let's see here. Lee Volick is also asking, is this our auto-open Signature Series model?
No, this one is not. So as you'll see in a moment when we press our items, this is going to be the manual option, of course, with the Signature Series, all of the clamshell style presses, meaning presses that open like a clam. They do have the option for auto open. So the 1515, 1620, and 16x24-inch models, they all have auto open available, and they all have the option for auto open, but standard they all have this sweet slide out drawer, which is going to save you from some burnt knuckles. I know, because I used to have an M-Press and burnt some knuckles there, and then I upgraded to the Signature. So
there we go. Yeah, it really gives a softer learning curve, I feel, too, if you have people with mixed experience levels on the machine. So a little fun fact there about the Signature Series. Love the slide-out drawer feature. Let's see here. Oh, Kristen Smarzewski, digging the hat. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you. Oh, your hat. Oh, right. Oh, of course. Sorry. Yeah, of course, his hat.
Let's take here. Paula Warner, pretty excited. Have been asked to put a display of her products in a local screen printing business. So she's working on it while she's watching.
Hey, nice.
Awesome. Great to hear things are doing well for you there, Paula. Let's see here. Dina Barbosa gave us a share on the video.
Nice. Thanks, Mom.
Let's see here. We got some more shares from Incognito Rap. We got a hey all from Lindsay Hall. Thank you guys all so much for tuning in, letting us start your weekend early with us here at Heat Press Nation. Jared here is weeding out our Caesar Gold Glitter. Again, this was cut with our Vinyl System Specialist 14-inch bad boy right here. And this design looks like it came out pretty good first shot here, Jared.
Yeah, you know what? This is totally live. And see, one of the things about live, whether it be TV or internet streaming, is that sometimes you make live mistakes and you can't go back. So one thing I'm going to show you guys right now, you know what, I might be able to save it.
Did something happen while we were weeding today, Jared?
Something happened while we were weeding today.
Did we do a thing?
Well, I did a thing on accident.
Well, there we go. I think we're getting this sorted out there with the last name. I got a bird's eye view on this, but Jared's doing just a little bit of a surgical procedure to save this cut here. And we're going to go ahead and get that demo going in just a moment. Dina says she likes your hat too.
Oh, thanks. So sweet.
All right, so let me just take a look here. There we go.
There we go. Okay.
You saved her.
I hopefully saved it. I wouldn't recommend doing this in real life, but let's see if we can get this on camera over here. So what happened was, and if you know glitter, you know that when you're weeding out Easy Weed, let's see if we can get this on camera too here. I'm gonna move this over. So when you're weeding out Easy Weed, you know that you can kind of see your lines and you can see what you're doing. Well, when you're weeding out glitter, it's not that easy. So what happens is sometimes you get a little excited and you pull up vinyl you're not supposed to pull up. So in my case, I pulled up this M on Williams. You can see that. So that was totally my bad on that. But hey, this is live. We're still going to go there. We're still going to press it. I mean, if you're trying to sell this to somebody, I would just recut it. Just recut an M. No harm, no foul. But we're just going to go with it because this is live. And you know what? Here at Heat Press Nation Live, hey,
it is what it is. Rock
get it
and roll,
done.
baby.
Get her done.
Make it happen, Captain. All right, so Jared's getting that finished up for us, and I think we had something that was going to go on over here. Were we using the Soft Fusion pressing pillow today also?
Yes, we are, and the reason for the pressing pillow is because, as you'll see in a moment, we're going to be pressing this onto a hoodie, a pullover hoodie, and if you know anything about pullover hoodies, is that you have like the neck, what do you call it, the neck ropes?
The stitching, the drawstring.
The drawstring, there we go, the neck ropes. You have all that stuff. You have the front pockets, you have the collar. Honestly, there's so many things that make it an uneven pressing surface, which is kind of not ideal, if we're being totally honest. So what you could do here is you could use your Soft Fusion pressing pillow to kind of help you out with that. So what the pressing pillow does is it allows the uneven surfaces to sink into the pillow, and that way the area that you're pressing, it kind of rises up so that you get a nice even pressing surface on whatever it is. In our case, it is going to be this hoodie, but you know, you might be pressing a polo with buttons. These are horrible to press. You don't want to press a polo you don't want to press the buttons. You can use either a pressing pillow or a T-pad for that. Today, trusty pressing pillow.
Rock and roll.
And here we go, glitter.
It did it.
Glitter. These are popping. Every time, you know what's funny? Every time I go to Disneyland, I see people with like glitter. I could tell, I know it's custom because I work here, and I recognize the HTV, and they always get cool compliments on their family if they have, you know, the glitter.
Yes.
The glitter pops.
No, it does. You know,
Glitter's
you
cool.
might think it's not for everybody, but I mean, on the right garment or in the right colors, it really does add that extra dimension, especially if you're coordinating, you know, in that team setting, in a family group. I mean, I was at the park last night, and you know, yeah, you see it, you know, so that's money walking around that you could be, you know, providing as that service with your skills, with your equipment. And today we're going to show you how easy it is to do it right here live on HPN.
Exactly. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm actually going to come around right now, and we're going to show you how to use the T-Square-It tool.
All right. You know, just to, you know, go back a little bit to our group, guys, I just want to give a shout out here to my boy Art Nieves. Always holding it down with the great, you know, pieces of work on there. He actually had a pro tip to share with us today. I'm going to get out really quick here. Art Nieves says, sometimes you may have to cut glitter print like 3 times. 3 cuts works really well, but he did commend you on you're able to save it there for us, Jared. So just want to give a shout out to one of our favorite Heat Press Nation creators, Art Nieves and family.
Awesome, thank you. So I came into, you guys probably just saw my big face on camera there. So anyway, so we're going to do this on the back of the hoodie. By the way, thank you, Art. You know what I think it is we cut a lot of vinyl here. Oops, we cut a lot of vinyl here on Heat Press Nation. So what happens is if you're cutting a lot of glitter, you want to be careful because your blade could dull out very easily. So here's what we're gonna do. Give me 1 second. All right, so we're coming back here. We have our graphic, and so here's what we're gonna do. What I do like about this hoodie is that this center crease on the hood, it actually appears, and I'll hold this up so you can see it, it appears to be centered. So we're gonna use that as our reference. So all you do is you lay your T-square it down right here. And now we have our crossbar right here, which kind of locks in. I love it because it just slides.
It's got that channel and that vertical axis there. It just keeps that in position.
Keeps everything aligned. So what you're going to want to do is, with the T-square, I can see, so we're going off the and hopefully your design is centered. So I'm going off the last name. So if I look at the last name right here, and I hold it, and I slide the T-square up, so I get the rightmost edge of my graphic, I can see it comes out to almost the 5. So it looks like we got about 4 3/4 there or so. Now if I look here on the other side, it's barely coming past the 4. I maybe have 4 1/4. So that means it's too far over to my right. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of try to slide it over here.
Yeah,
now
the more hands you got, the better.
Yeah. And now I think it's about even, because now it's coming out to the 4.5 right here, and it's at about 4.5 right here on my left. So another thing you can do is you can just kind of pick this up, slip it over, do what you're gonna do, or you just hold it down,
splash,
and slide it just a bit. And now I'm gonna realign. I'm gonna double check, and I see here now that let's see, we're at about 4. Nope. So, and sometimes, you do want to spend an extra minute or two to make sure that your graphic is properly aligned. So you can just kind of peel it up and then just gently, you don't want to move it too far because then you lose track of where you were. But it's better to have something, in my opinion, it's better to have something that's, you take an extra minute or two to properly align it. That way it looks really professional. You don't want something crooked, because people are walking out around there. They're gonna say, "Hey, where'd you get that?" "Oh, I got this from so and so. I got this from Jared. All his stuff's crooked." Word gets around. I just another thing that's cool is this crossbar. What I like to do, so we don't move it, I like to slide it down, and you see the tops of the 5s. Like I'm just gonna take a look over, make sure that everything is nice and straight. So not only is it centered, but it's nice and straight across. So
perfect.
This actually looks really good. I'm gonna go ahead and now pull up my T-square. Now what's cool about this is heat transfer vinyl. The clear plastic carrier sheet is a little sticky, so I can actually pick up my whole transfer, move it over, and it's gonna be A-okay.
Rock and roll.
So before we do, we're moving over to our heat press now, and I'm just gonna check the pressure. So let's pull my ProGrade non-stick sheet over here. I'm just going to check the pressure. Looks like it's going to be a little tight for the pressing pillow. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to loosen this. And if you want to know a secret about the Signature Series, if you bring it down, it's a lot easier to loosen. And so you're saying, Jared, how do you know how far to loosen it? The truth is I actually don't. Some of these things you just got to loosen up. You got to test it out. There we go. So it looks like we're going to get a nice pressure on there, on the pillow. Gonna scoot that over a little bit. We're gonna take we're gonna slide this out.
There we go.
So I don't have to reach underneath the super hot surface. We're gonna pull out the drawstrings.
Our neck rope.
We're gonna pull out the neck rope.
I'm never gonna forget that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize for even saying that. There we go. So now we have this all here. So now you can see our pressing pillow is nice underneath there. So any other unevenness, the front collar, the neck ropes, the drawstrings, whatever you might have, it's A-okay, because the pillow is going to let anything that's uneven sink in, and we're going to get a nice even pressure still on our graphic. We're going to slide this back in. We're going to cover it with our ProGrade non-stick sheet. Now we get a lot of questions about this as well. Say, hey, the HeatPressNation guys don't use this. Well, the HeatPressNation guys are pros. But really, honestly, you should be using a cover sheet every time you press. You never know when you might have something accidentally sticking out, or if you're weeding your vinyl in the same area, you might have a stray scrap of vinyl.
That's right.
That might, like a little flake that might be over here. Well, guess what? That gets burnt into your heating element, and it's really tough to clean off.
Yikes.
So always recommend using a cover sheet. In our case, we have our pro grade non-stick sheet, and of course, you've seen us use the parchment paper.
That's
so,
right.
Enough of me babbling, Esteban. I think it's time.
Let's go. What do we got our time and temp at today?
So right now, because we have to press some Caesar Easy Weed, I'm actually pressing this at 3:05.
Okay.
And we're gonna go for the full time. And actually, I'm gonna give it a couple extra seconds.
There we go. Here.
Now you might say, hey Jared, doesn't Caesar Easy Weed go on at 3:20? And to answer your question, yes, it totally does. However, just for the sake of demoing, because we don't have enough, not saying we don't have enough time, but just faster for us to go back to 3:55. It'll be fine. It'll stick. I don't recommend you always pressing your stuff a little low, but we did have the question, somebody who was saying like, hey, I like to layer my Easy Weed and my glitter, but I'm constantly flipping between two temperatures. What you can do, because Caesar is a great product, very resilient, very forgiving, is you can actually press, I would set my temperature to like 310, 315. So it's a little high for Easy Weed. It's like right in between Easy Weed and glitter. And honestly, if you took this to the theme park, you guys would be popping. That is super cool. This is, of course, the back of the hoodie. Look at that glitter. That's just shining. Whoever the Williams family is, you guys are going to be looking super cool at the theme park. Now, of course, you have this whole front section of the hoodie that you guys could decorate with whatever you want. But numbering your jerseys, super easy. And then, of course, you saw how easy that was in SignMaster. Even the extra minute or two that we took to line it up.
Perfectly positioned. That's right.
It's easy. It's not hard to get professional results with not $20 million worth of equipment.
Oh, that's right. Something you could do with your own skills right now to offer not just for your family or loved ones, but there's millions of people going to these parks every day all over the United States, you know what I mean? So, definitely something that can be, an extra source of income, diversify your clientele, diversify your product base.
Yeah, exactly. So it's something that we're really excited about. And we got more coming. So Esteban's going to check on do you have any comments coming in? I see some stuff there.
Let's see here. Got a lot of hellos.
Hello.
Carla Mater, could y'all do a demo in the future on the Tetris method of cutting a bunch of different stuff, different colors, types of vinyl on one mat? Are you familiar with this Tetris method?
The Tetris method. So what I think you might be referring to is ganging your designs together. If not, then, there's two things. When I think of the Tetris method, and maybe you can explain a little better, there's two things that comes to mind. The first thing is, let's say if I had a bunch of names and numbers to do, you stack the names as many as you can, so that way you can insert vinyl. So you stack all the names and you just trim out later and you put them separately. Another thing that comes to mind when I think of the Tetris method is layering things separately side by side. So, that might be
something
what you're referring to. Yeah. If you don't mind, explain just a little bit what you mean by the Tetris method, because I haven't heard it called that, but I'm pretty sure we've done that process just under a different name.
That's right. And then, for any of you who may just be tuning in, I want to remind you guys quickly about the contest. Still time to get entered. All you have to do is like this post, tag 3 of your buds. You'll be automatically entered. So make sure you get those entries in already if you haven't. I think that's going to probably do it for the shout outs and such right now.
Sweet.
Let me see here. I actually want to give a special shout out to our boy Vince, who's actually representing the company in Orlando this weekend at ISA. He's exhibiting with the GCC company. We carry a wide selection of their awesome vinyl cutters, but I want to wish safe travels and well wishes to our boy Vince.
If any of you guys find yourself at that show in Orlando this weekend, be sure to give him some trouble for us. No, just kidding. No, honestly, go to the GCC booth. They make fantastic cutters. We've been carrying their line. I believe they're one of our. We've had a really long relationship with them.
That's right.
Sell a ton of their cutters, and honestly, they're one of some of our best selling cutters. Really great stuff. Be sure to check them out.
That's right. So, that was awesome demo there, kind of going through the text manipulation. It seems super, user-friendly for, those at home who may be thinking about a new cutter.
Yeah.
Hear nothing but great things about the SignMaster program. You saw it right there with Jared. Let's see here. We got time for any more demos today?
Yeah, we do. We actually have 2 more live demos that we want to do. So we mentioned we're talking about layering vinyl. So there's 2 most common methods to layer vinyl. The first method we're going to talk about is just layering vinyl on top of itself to get you a really cool design. So we have our design right here. So of course we have our wrinkly t-shirt, which we're gonna pre-press. But right here we have it's vacation o'clock.
There we go.
It's vacation o'clock. So let's see if we can get you guys here. Really cool design. Now you can see here, I didn't already press them together. It's 2 separate layers of vinyl. So of course we have our alarm clock in the background. And then what time is it? Well,
it's vacation 30.
It's vacation. Well, vacation 18 if you want to go for the year. I would say it's vacation 30. You could do whatever you want right there. So we're going to show you really quick a live demonstration on how easy it is to just layer heat transfer vinyl on top of itself. So this is the first method, and we're going to come around here. We're going to show you guys how to do this.
Now it's gonna look awesome there. I mean, I can see the part where you're gonna have the garment color coming through, so it's gonna really give more like a 3-color effect, even though we're actually only using 2 different colors of HTV.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I have this question before. Do I have to always use my pressing pillow? No, you don't. It's still, ours is still on, so I'm just gonna use this really quick. I'm gonna pre-press this for a second. There we go.
And that looks much less wrinkled now.
Yeah. Now, you know what's cool about the Signature Series is that, let's say I wanted to do an alignment on here or move things around. You could still do it. You can still use your T-square even while your shirt's on here because it slides out right here. You don't have to move things around. So as I'm going to show you right here really quick, I'm just going to eyeball this at first. Good placement. Now with my T-square, I'm going to center it with the collar. So I want to make sure that my collar is centered. Now the tag, you're going to want to be careful because your tags are not always centered. In our case, our tag is a little bit off center. So you can see here, the inside of my collar comes up to about 2.5 over here and 2.5 over here. So I'm actually centering based off the collar. Now I can already see here that my eyeball method was off, way off. So I'm just going to pick this up here. We're going to slide this over and let's try this again. And I'm at about 4.25 on either side. So actually, nice and fast, but now is it straight? And yes, we're straight. So doing that, right there, you can see how using the slide out drawer on our Signature Series kind of keeps my hands away from the heating element. And it allows me to use my T-square right there. On there. So, I'm going to bring out nonstick sheet. Now, when you're layering vinyl, your first layer doesn't have to go, you don't want to press it for the first, for the full 10, 12 seconds. In fact, whenever you're layering, you can really get away with
5 seconds. I just get that tack, activate that adhesive, just kind of give it to enough to keep it in place so you can work and layer on top of it.
Exactly. Now that we have that layer, we could lay down our time.
Very clever with the artwork, Jared. I love it.
Oh, I think
as always.
And when you're layering, you definitely want to use a cover sheet. So you might be able to get away with it, if you have something else. But when you're layering vinyl, you don't want any exposed vinyl to touch the heating element. So you definitely want to layer that, to cover it with a cover sheet. So now your second layer, your final layer.
You want to give for the full duration of the time, right?
Full time.
Perfect.
Yes, sir.
And look at that. That was fast.
That was fast and easy. Steph, why don't you go ahead and hold that up?
Absolutely. Get that there on camera for you guys. Vacation 18, the smaller text there, the Johnson family. This could be insert any name there, but really cool design. Something maybe outside the box a little bit there. Love the color scheme on this. I believe we were using Caesar Easy Weed Black and Caesar Easy Weed Bright Red, if I'm not mistaken.
Bright red, yeah, because red is cool, but bright red really has that bright
1995 alarm clock feel. You guys know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you do.
So we have one more demo to do, and Esteban's actually going to press this one for us today. And he's actually doing me a favor. These are for, if you recognize the last name, then yeah.
Awesome.
So here we have our cool graphic. Instead of the Brady Bunch, there's a ton of Barbosas. So we have
the Barbosa Bunch.
The Barbosa Bunch. Now what's cool about this graphic is it is layered.
This one looks a little different with the layering, though. Is that the knockout method?
We use the knockout method. If you watched our HeatPressNation Live about a week or two ago, you saw how in Silhouette Studio we use the knockout method. We show you guys how to do that. That method applies really to whatever graphic design software you're using. If you're using a vector graphic design software, whether it be Illustrator, CorelDRAW, Inkscape, or even SignMaster, you can get this effect. So really what we did, we just made a grid of squares, typed out our font, and then knocked it out. And you know what's cool is, you know, the lines, it gives the appearance of there being lines on. We're using the background, which is the shirt. We're using the color of the shirt to pop through and kind of add that extra. It almost seems like a 3-color design, but really it's 2. So I'm going to turn the reins over to my good pal Esteban, and he's going to press this for us.
All right.
Now I get the fun job. I get to monitor the comments. So if you guys have any questions at all, please be sure to comment. Actually, Paula Warner says, can vinyls be layered with inkjet transfer papers? You know what? I'm going to make, I feel like we should actually show this. After the broadcast, hopefully sometime today, we'll do a post. We'll actually show you what you can do now. But just to let you know, you can do your vinyl next to heat transfer paper, but it's almost, I think there's only like one type of heat transfer paper that actually works you could layer it on top of. I want to say it's Parapi Dark Pro, but I'm not certain. That's something that we're going to have to test, and we'll get back to you. But if you want, what I would do is layer your heat transfer vinyl next to your inkjet transfer paper. So you put your inkjet transfer paper down first, heat transfer paper first, and then after that because you got to drop the temperature. Then you could put down your heat transfer vinyl. Lee Volek says making him work. Actually, Esteban does, like, behind the scenes, Esteban does a lot of the work, so I feel like live I get to do a lot of the transfers, so I want him to get in on the fun. Lindsay Hall says, going to Walt Disney World in October, starting to plan out shirts for the 8 of us. Definitely need to get some glitter. Nice. You guys are going to be styling there with your glitter.
All right. I think I got this right amount down from the neckline. I got nice even positioning side to side using our T-square it. I'm ready to do our first layer here.
Let's do it. So now you'll see that Esteban, he laid it down here off of the heat press, which is cool because heat transfer, again, like we said, it's sticky. So you can actually carry the garment over there like he's about to do. Place it down. And we are looking good.
So as we've mentioned, we still have our pressing pillow pressure setting here. We're going to go ahead and keep rocking with that setting at the moment. I have the neckline just over past the event horizon of the pillow there. And then we're going to go ahead and lay on our cover sheet. And again, as Jared mentioned prior, we're not going to do the full duration on this first press, just about 5 seconds there to activate that adhesive, get the tack on there, give that just a moment, get some there we go.
Beautiful.
Our cover sheet here. And let's see, did we get that on there?
That looks pretty cute, man.
I love doing the peel. I love doing the peel.
If there was a job out there where I could just do the peel all day, I'll take it.
All right,
Something
so
satisfying.
Yeah, the geometry of this design really helps me position this. So I have the proportions everywhere. So this was well made again. Let's go ahead and get this in position.
Another cool thing about doing the knockout method is I feel like we really should do another tutorial on this, but you can adjust the size of your outline. So give yourself a little playroom. So if you see here, you'll see the design up close. There's a little bit of wiggle room, you have some loose margins there, so that way, it's not too tight or nothing's overlapping. So Stefan's ready to roll. And like we said a little earlier, he's gonna give it the full press. So now this second press, the first one he did about 5-6 seconds. This second one, we're going for the full. Caesar recommends 10 to 15. We have our clock set to 12. And the reason why is it usually doesn't activate till it's kind of already down. So we get the full 10 seconds on there. Let's get that peel. And it's still kind of hot.
There we are.
There we go.
Look at that, guys.
Let's show that to the camera.
Go ahead and set that down there.
The Barbosa Bunch. Aww.
Aww.
See, when you have a big family, people call you the Brady Bunch anyways. So this way we can kind of just own it. But there we go. So now you see how we made a cool family oriented t-shirt, and we used 2 different styles of layering. We also got to show you guys glitter with our really cool Vinyl System specialist. Not bad, huh?
No, it came out awesome. I mean, like what you said, when you can adjust that border there, it really gives you a little wiggle, a little freedom, a little leeway there. So, yeah, it came out awesome, Jared.
Thank you. Well, thank you. It came out awesome to you.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Teamwork first, then safety.
Yeah, that's how that goes. We got some more questions coming in.
Okay, awesome.
Jens Brano is asking, is your store open to the public?
Yes, it is. So we are located here in Fullerton, California. We're about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on traffic, could be more. But we're about 10 to 15 minutes north of Disneyland here in Southern California. So if you guys are ever in the Southern California area, please feel free to stop by. We're actually open from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Local time, which is going to be Pacific time right now. And right. For the address, you can go to our website, or if you want to write it down, or I'll put it in the comments, but it's 2300 East Walnut Avenue, Fullerton, California. 92831. Thank you.
There we go.
he felt that. The force told him that I couldn't remember the zip code.
All right, let me take a look here. We got some more questions coming in here. And Lee Volix actually shared that he's added HTV next to the Nina 3G Jet Opaque.
Oh, okay, very cool. So that's good to know. I remember we did test it, and off the top of my head, I just can't remember what the heat transfer vinyl compatibility was. Now, there was a couple heat transfer there was a couple heat transfer papers that they did when you layered the vinyl on top of it, they kind of remelted them. So really? It kind of messed up the transfer paper, but there was at least one or two where we were able to do one on top of the other, and it stood very, very well.
Awesome.
So that's pretty cool.
We actually carry on the website under supplies and under heat transfer paper sample packs where customers can try out 3 sheets, but between 5, 6, 7 different papers. Really kind of print one, press one, wash one. Before you get that full first 50 pack, so you can try them out. That's going to be the sample packs for either laser printers or inkjet printers. So.
Right. Now, heat transfer paper, it's really cool. You definitely want to test it because each different brand and style, it'll give you a different finish. Some have really vibrant colors, but they're a little bit more thick and plasticky, which you might not want on a t-shirt, but it should work on a hoodie just fine. Other ones, they're kind of softer. They have a better feel to them, but the colors are a little bit more matted, which, of course, some people prefer, some people don't. So, yeah, definitely recommend getting yourself a heat transfer paper sample pack.
That's right. Got a couple more here coming on in. Lee Volk again with the pro tips. He mentioned using the square it when you have these vertical lines here, so you make sure you have that straight even positioning. So have your designs working for you. No, I like it. Let's see here. Ed Riggins is asking, just tuned in. What is that clear transfer tape?
Clear transfer tape. Oh,
I think he's referring to our carrier sheet.
Yeah. So heat transfer vinyl, it always comes on a clear plastic backing. So when you cut it, you actually cut it like face down, I want to say. You're going to cut the back of it, which is going to be the soft matte side. In our case with the glitter, here, we still have some glitter. Right here. So you have your super shiny, glossy glitter side. So this is probably going to be that clear carrier that he was talking about.
Yes.
So yeah, so all heat transfer vinyl comes on this clear kind of sticky carrier sheet. And then you have, of course, the vinyl. So you have this carrier sheet, and then you have the vinyl. I think you can see it. There we go. So what you do is you cut the soft side, and then you peel off whatever you don't want to press, leaving only your finished graphic on the carrier. Then, of course, you flip it over, and the carrier kind of protects it. Holds everything together so you can press it onto your shirt.
No, I always tell people, when they're not familiar with vinyl cutting, you want to make that happy birthday design. After you weed it, you're not just holding a bunch of loose letters that you'll have to spell happy birthday. That carrier sheet will keep your design in the original orientation so you can position it where you'd like, or layer, as we've done here today on these different t-shirts here. So, I definitely recommend checking out the YouTube channel for more information, on things like that. It's youtube.com/HeatPressNation or the Facebook group, HeatPressNation Creators.
Yeah, lots of helpful information there, guys. If this is your first time tuning in, we thank you so much for joining us. We've just about wrapped up all of our live demonstrations, but of course, it's not just limited to live. Maybe you might be watching this on YouTube. We do archive all of our Facebook lives up to YouTube, or even here on Facebook, you can still kind of go back, see previous weeks. So if you have any questions at all, be sure to get into the comments. Even if it's not live, we do monitor our social media pretty closely. So, if you have any questions at all, usually, with same business day for sure, but usually within a couple of hours, an hour or two, you do have a response already. So whether it's now, whether it's 2 years from now, be sure to get your questions in, guys. We're happy to help you out.
That's right. So, as you've seen, you've seen what we've done here. We'd love to see what you guys are using out there. Show us your layers, show us, your awesome family reunion theme designs. I know all you guys are taking lots of trips, coming into that spring break time of year. So, please share your work using our hashtag. It's going to be HPN Creators. You can use this across all your social media and also search it, for maybe possibly inspiration or, ideas for a new kind of transfer application. Once again, it's going to be hashtag HPN Creators, somewhere floating beneath me. I can see it. Man, so I mean, this was great. I could see people, are tuning in, they're enjoying learning stuff, but I think they're ready for a prize.
The prize is the knowledge that we've shared today. No, it's not. No, we have
We're
a prize.
all winners. There we go.
So we are excited for this week's prize. Stefan, you have the winners, right?
I had them before the show.
I should have had them, but today, Esteban came in clutch with the having of the things. There we go.
Got him.
So what are we giving away, Esteban?
Well, if you guys tuned in last week, it was a little bit of a sticky situation. We were actually gearing more towards the new Caesar Pressure Sensitive Vinyl, or PSV. So we did some awesome demonstrations that we were working with, and we're doing a PSV sample pack squeegee combo.
Plus a squeegee.
Plus the squeegee,
you do need the squeegee.
Very crucial. So we got one lucky winner last week. So if you were able to like last week's broadcast, tag 3 of your buds, your name is in this hat. We're gonna draw one right now. Let's do this. Jared, I got him ready. You're gonna pull it, okay?
I get to pull him? Okay.
Pull
cool. Actually, I think last week we said we were gonna have 2 winners.
I got enough. I got enough
do we
entries.
Have enough for 2?
Yeah.
Here, let's do it as a team. One each. Okay, ready?
All right. He's holding my hand in here.
Hey. All right, I got mine. You got yours?
I got mine.
Okay, let's pull them out.
All right, you go first.
Kathy Deaton Bohannon. Sorry if I didn't say that right. Kathy Deaton Bohannon, you are a winner of a Caesar PSV sample pack. So be sure you send us a private message with your mailing information. We'll be happy to get that out to you.
It's a Kathy kind of day. My winner is Kathy Hardison Cox. Congratulations.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much to the Cathys. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to the Cathys. You guys, be sure to get us your information so we can ship you your prizes ASAP. Once again, that was Kathy Deaton Bohannon and Kathy Hardison Cox. You guys, thank you so much for entering. For all of you guys who didn't win, there's always next week. So make sure that you like this video that you're watching right now. Tag 3 friends in the comments below, and go ahead and be entered. That's really, I don't know why I thought there was more. That's it.
There we go.
Like the video, tag 3 friends.
Make sure you guys check out our Facebook group, HeatPressNation Creators, for awesome, support, guidance, examples of awesome work you could be doing. It's going to be on Facebook, HeatPressNation Creators.
Awesome. Well, I think that's going to be it. The last thing that, of course, we always want you guys to do is tag us in whatever it is that you're making. Hashtag HPN Creators. You've heard us say it like 17 times already this episode, but it's really cool. Honestly, it's so great to see all the awesome things that you guys are making. Not only things that you're making, whether you're making it for home, but the things that you're making money with. I know there's so many business people out there, and I think it's so cool to have all these entrepreneurs in this group. Like, it's really encouraging. Really great stuff to see. So keep on sharing, guys. We'll see you in the HPN Creators group. That's it, right?
Let's do it.
Oh, wrong way.
Oh, God, I'm on. No.
Are we back? Why are we back?